Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming on, those that are coming in. I decided to do a crafting scope this time. I know people like my crafting scopes because I I get tired of doing cooking scopes because they're not very feasible for me anymore. So I'm going to do, I just saw your message, Erlene, and I couldn't message you back because I was getting ready to come in. I know that people like to see me crochet. I am crocheting now because I'm doing baby projects for a new great grandson that's going to be born in November. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. He's coming in November, and I wanted to start making some things for him. I'm not real good at crocheting sometimes. I did make a hat. It turned out perfect. But the socks I had made, they're okay except the toes are a little crazy. So I thought, well, I'm going to make them again and make them on here, and we're going to do a better job on the toes because I have to close the toes up. And it's hard because the socks I'm going to be making are these right here. I'm going to make them in a different color. I'm going to make them in this variegated blue. Oh, awesome. Hi, Melissa, and hi, Donna. And this is what I'm making. And they are cute. They're very easy to make. You can get a couple, probably several pairs done in a day. But I just didn't do the toe right, so I thought I'd better come in here and I'd better do it a little bit differently because the toe, if you're going to give it to somebody, which I intend to give it to my, hi Linda, good to see you. Intend to give it to my grandson's fiance. Yep, I just got it done last week. I did last week. I had to make an appointment to get in there to get it done because they will not let you do walk-ins, not during this COVID crisis. So I had to call to get an appointment. Fortunately, she didn't have anybody booked at that time, so I got in there within 10 minutes. Had to wear my mask. Thank you. Had to wear my mask, of course, and she was wearing a mask the whole time. And I told her to get it as short as she could get it. So I do like it. For the real hot days coming up, it'll feel good because I get real hot, gets on my neck, and it drives me nuts. And so having a short haircut, I'm used to having my hair short anyway. I don't look good with long hair because of my structure of my face. I look better with short hair. So a shorter hair like this, it shouldn't grow out so fast. So I'm hoping that I don't have to worry about it growing out too fast. Now I do have a razor comb to do it in between, but I'm not sure if I'll use it or not. But hi, good to see you. Welcome to everybody coming in. I'm sure my daughter's probably eating supper, and that's probably why she's not in here. Thank you for coming in, and I decided to do one of these today instead of a cooking scope because they're not very profitable anymore. I'm not going to stop doing them, but I'm just not going to do as many of them. These people seem to like these scopes. They like my prophecy scopes. They like my walking scopes. So I'll do those instead and kind of limit my cooking scopes a little bit. I just hope you don't mind because, diversity is good. I have to do what's good for me and what works better for me. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you. You too. Blessings upon blessings to you, each and every one of you. Those of you that just came in, hi, Natasha. Good to see you. Welcome. I had made these socks this morning, but I'm going to make them again on here because I want you to see how they're done. And I didn't do the toes very well. The toes not closed up as well as they should be. Right. Thank you. Yeah, I have to do what's best for me. So I am doing that. So but anyway, I made these socks this morning. Oh, they didn't get any better, Linda. I know I've been worrying about your eyes. I know I've been seeing your scopes about your eyes. I watched that replay on your eyes, and I wasn't in there. I don't want that night that you came on. It must have been late at night or something. I was already asleep. But I did watch the replay on that, and your eye did look red. Do they know what's wrong? Have you got allergies or something in your eyes? Because it didn't look very good. You've been having red eyes and ear and bad infections. Oh, that's not good, Linda. I'm hoping that nothing is seriously wrong. Oh, you're getting back into sewing and crocheting yourself. I've been loom knitting so long, which I'm still doing it because I've got a shawl on my rotating loom that I've started, and it's getting pretty. It's not real long, but it's pretty long, and I probably can show that to you in a little bit too. It's not a baby project, but it's something that I'm going to make for myself or somebody else because I like shawls and I don't have one. But anyway, wanted to show you. Hi, good to see you. This is what I made earlier this morning. I'm going to make these again on here because you know, if you watch somebody do it, it's a lot more interesting. Yes, I do. I do make blankets. Yes, I can loom knit blankets. I can crochet them. I've got a blanket on the loom now that I haven't finished yet. And I'll probably there's my daughter. I thought you were eating, so you come in. These are the ones I'm gonna make, sweetie. I mean, that's the ones I made this morning. But I come back in here and I'm gonna make them for you guys on camera. These are very simple to make. They look hard. Oh wow. You know, I haven't really set a price though. I don't know. I haven't really got a price point set out. I really don't know. It all depends on what people think it's worth. I have to get a shop opened up, whether it's an Etsy shop or something else. I have to get something opened up to do that. But this here. Oh, you're drinking a beer in Mexico. Oh my. Anyway, this is the baby hat that I made. Now this is for a 0 to 3 month. And this is made with this yarn here. This didn't take very long to make. It's all double crochet with the exception of the last round is single crochet, so that can fit on the baby's head and it won't fall off. But it's a real simple hat. If you've done a lot of double crochet, this is just actually a beanie. Very simple to make. One of the easiest hats out there to make. And you can see there's no hole. How I did that is if you've heard of the magic circle, you take a magic circle. You start with the magic circle and you cover this hole completely up. If you pull it tight enough when you get your stitches started, then you have no hole in it. See, and it's all closed up. So that's why I like making hats with magic circles. It's a simple hat, not hard to do. If you've crocheted any in your life at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to figure out what I need to work. I think I did these booties before. I don't know if I said do them with a G or an H hook. I started with an I and they made it too big. So I might go back to the. Well, this is a G hook. Maybe I'll use this is an H. I'm going to make it with an H hook. Now this is done with a number 4. They call for a number I hook, but that's too big. That's too big for this size of baby booty. It comes out ginormous, and a baby's foot is very small when they're first born anyway. And I don't want to get anything so ginormous that it's going to fall off their foot. So I'm just going to start with an H hook, and I do have a stitch marker here that I have to use to keep track of my rows. They look like little safety pins. I bought these through Amazon. Actually, these I might have gotten. Maybe I got them at Walmart. Maybe I did get them on Amazon. But the Amazon has these. You can also get some at Joann's. They look like diaper pins. Very, very, very easy to. Yeah, I can. I probably will do the other ones. They're not perfect. I want to give these to my my grandson's fiance. And she is having a baby in November, and we just found out last week that she's having a boy. So this will be my daughter's first grandchild and be my first great grandchild. So I told my daughter, I says, I think she had all boys, so I think he's probably going to. Well, thank you. So he's probably going to end up having all boys too. Probably won't have any girls. It's hard to get girls in our family. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. For great grandmother for the first time. I've got 6 grandchildren. He's the first one to have a child. So, my son's boy, Matthew, he hasn't even got a girlfriend that I know of. He doesn't even think about it. He's too busy at work and stuff. So, but Andrew didn't like girls for the longest time, and if he did, he didn't let us know about it. So, But he finally got a girl, and he likes her, and they're engaged, and they decided to have a baby. We're not the happiest about it, because we would have liked them to be married first. He said just one. Well, that's good. They're going to get the boy, and they're going to stop. Good. That's great. It can be that way. Sometimes girls are better than boys, and sometimes boys are better than girls. 9 boys and 3 girls. Whoa, that is. Well, see, I have one son and one daughter. Of course, my son got married, and they have a boy and a girl. And I had a boy and a girl. Now my daughter's got 4 boys. Now her boys having a boy. So we're getting a lot of boys in the family. And we only got 1 granddaughter out of the whole mess. So I think great grandkids I get probably going to be all great grandsons. But love them anyway. Because they're God's creation. You can't demand God to give you a certain sex, because He's going to give you what He feels you're supposed to have. You have 3 boys and 1 daughter. Well, see, you did get a girl out of it. My daughter was so hoping to get a girl out of it. And when she got pregnant with Tristan, the last one, she was so hoping for a girl. At first, they read her sonogram, and they thought it was a girl. But when she got another one, they found out it was a boy. She was disappointed, but I says, well, you're not going to love him any less. You're going to love him just as much, regardless. So think of it that way. They're a blessing no matter what. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start with a cuff, and I'm going to chain 14. You can all watch me do this. I think if you know how to crochet, you know how to chain. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I go pretty fast, so I've got to make sure I don't mess up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Because this is work from the cuff, from the top down. Some socks are worked from the toe up, which those you would use the magic ring again, so it would close your toe up. But this one you got 4 stitches at the end, and you have to take your yarn, and you have to take and weave into those stitches. And I didn't do a very good job, and I think I'm going to do whip stitches, so I'm going to do a better job this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet all up and down here. You're going to single crochet each and every time. I didn't keep track of my rows, but it should be easy to count them anyway. I've got a counter, or I can write it down. But see, you just go into each of your like this, and this is starting with it, and you can see there's different color changes in here. There's a lot of light blue, but it eventually changes. You got different colors of blue in here. This is I think a color called True Blue. I found it at Walmart, and I had bought some before I knew what she was having, and then after I realized she was having a boy, I thought, well, this is ideal for her to make a hat and some baby socks. So that's what these are. These are baby socks, and make a sweater. I'm going to make I've got a picture of the sweater I'm going to do. I think I got it here. I started it, and then I took it out because I made a mistake on some of my stitches. Maybe I don't have it here. This is another socks I thought about doing, but I think I'm going to do these ones I have here, because that takes a different yarn, which I don't have. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and go down here, and you end up having 13 stitches. You start with 14. You never do what's on the hook. Anybody that crochets, you know that you don't do that one that's on your hook. You count the second one from the hook. So the one on your hook is first, it's number 1, and then the second one that's off the hook is number 2. So you always start off the hook. And the double crochets can be confusing too, because sometimes I think you start about the fourth chain from the hook. Well, some people get confused. I always would not count that chain and go too far down. Well, you've got to count that chain, but you don't. You don't do anything with that chain. There's Carmen. She just came in here. What you want, Carmen? So now I've got 13. How long have I been doing this? Crocheting, I have been crocheting since the age of 18, and I am now 72. So you do the math. I taught myself how to crochet. When I lived with my dad, I taught myself how to crochet. I taught myself how to knit too, with knitting needles. Although I find it a little taxing to do it with knitting needles, so that's why I've just taken up loom knitting. because it's much easier. But you can still lose stitches, which I have. And I found a YouTube video the other day. It probably would pertain to needle knitting too, but professional loom knitting. I watched a YouTube video the other day on if you drop a stitch, how you can pick the stitch up without using a crochet hook. And I saw that, and I watched how she did it, and I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense, how she did that, So I know that if I drop a stitch, I can go and pick it right up and don't have to use a crochet hook. See, I've got row 1 done. It's real simple. I've got to make 15 rows, and then I take and make a tube out of it. I put this together. What I'm going to do is in the back loop. You can see on these chains, there's a front and a back loop. What I'm going to go do is I'm going to go into the back loop, just the behind, because you want ridges. You want your cuff to have ridges. So you go in the back loop like this, all the way up and down your rows. Now this, like I said, this is just rows right now, and it'll eventually be in rounds. When I do the heel, it's just back and forth. You got the heel and you got the gusset, which they call, and it's a very simple thing to do. Those that are coming in, thank you for coming in. This is a very simple pattern. This is the pattern that I'm doing. I took it off of Pinterest and I printed it out. It's a very, very easy pattern. I thought it'd be kind of hard to do, and as I started doing it, I thought, man, this thing is easy, but it's just getting that toe. Oh, you're back. Good to see you, Captain Rehab. Yep, I see it. You're back. But I thought this would be hard to do, but as I started doing it, it was real easy. And you can see I kind of crochet fast, but I'll try not to go too fast. There's one I like to watch on here. Hi, good to see you. And she's the Christian Crochet Addict. I don't go into her scopes very much, but she does dolls. She crochets dolls and sells them for people. And she does a real good job. I get I probably could, but I'd have to look for a pattern on it. She really doesn't need a nightie too well. She does okay with just the way she is. She's got a sweater, and if she needs that in the wintertime, I'll put that on her when I walk her. But she doesn't need that right now. We're summertime. Yeah, you're funny, a nightie. She probably would have it off, though. She probably would have it off. She wouldn't keep it on for nothing. She's one of those type of dogs that she didn't even like wearing that sweater. When she had it on, she didn't like it. So, Sydney definitely didn't. She managed to get hers off one night. She woke up the next morning and I had to look for her. Her sweater was stuck in her bed, in her blanket. She had gotten it off somehow, and I don't know how she did it, but she got it off. She doesn't like them at all. She won't wear them. So I'm always glad to get them off for her. So, but you can see I've almost got this. I think this is the third row. So I'm going to kind of welcome to everybody just coming in, and thank you for coming in. See, I'm just taking the back loop, and you got to make sure that you chain one every time. As you can see, this is making ridges, and that's what it does. See, I've done 1, 2, 3. I've done 3 rows. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I'm showing you. I'm doing a pair of baby socks. This is a medium weight number 4 variegated yarn. This is actually ombre yarn. It's from Red Heart, and it's called ombre. I love the ombre colors because you got more than one color in there. I do have a solid blue, but it's a baby yarn, and I like this yarn because it's pretty. And I thought, well, if she has a boy, I've got plenty of blue yarn to make blue items, like a hat, which I've already made for those of that just came in and haven't seen it yet. Let me put this over here. This is the baby hat that I made with this same yarn. This is a 0 to 3 month hat. Very simple to make, all double crochet. Should be nice on the baby anyway. I hope I don't bore you sitting here talking, but as you can see me, if you don't know how to crochet, the best thing to do is get a crochet book with instructions, illustrated instructions, and teach yourself. That's what I did. I taught myself. I just got me a how-to book, and I learned that way. That's the easiest way because my dad sure didn't know anything about it. And I went to live with my dad, and I wanted to learn how to do how long will this take to make? Not very long at all. You could make it probably half hour to an hour. It doesn't take very long to make it all. It's just a matter of making sure you got your count right at the very end, and you don't have too many stitches or not enough. But this is a very, very simple sock, and this is the cuff part. This is going to be, as you can see, it's got ridges, and that's because I'm taking the back loop of my stitch. You can see, if you see that there's V's, I just take the back one. All your stitches should come into a V, and you just use the back loop and go right down the row with your crochet hook. Now this is a size H crochet hook. I did it with an I, and the first one I made was too big, so I thought, well, that's gonna be too big for a newborn baby or 0 to 3 months, so that'd be for a bigger one. Bigger baby means 6 months or so. So I'll save it for that, but it's too big. It's too big, right? Too big to give to this baby. And I don't know at this point whether he's going to be a preemie or he's going to be normal size. We don't know until he comes out. So let's hope and pray that he'll be okay. But there you can see I've got several rows done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows done. To see the ridges. So you get 3 ridges done, you got 6 rows. So you count, basically count the ridges. Welcome to everybody coming in, and thank you for coming in, and thank you for sharing this out. I don't do as many of these scopes as I should because people like my crocheting scopes. They like to come in and they like to watch me crochet in front of them because it is a fun thing to do. This is a project that I've been wanting to do, baby stuff, and now that I've got a great grandson due in November, I'm making him some things. Now my daughter got a bunch of stuff, bought a bunch of stuff, and she's shipping it to my grandson, shipping it out so he can get it maybe tomorrow or Friday. So she'll have the baby stuff, and she can make stuff too, but she got I don't know, she got onesies and stuff like that she's going to, I'm going to pick out some stuff too. I'm not just going to give them stuff I make, I'm going to buy stuff too, like receiving blankets and burp rags, and they can't have enough of that stuff anyway. So, there we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows done. So, and I got to do 15, and then on row 16, then I end up putting the back over the front like this, putting it together, and it'll end up being a tube. And that's how you make your sock will go from there. And you go around and around and around, except the heel, you just go back and forth. But you'll be able to see it as I go. If I'm not on the whole time, at least you'll be able to see it later. I'm going to start posting this. I'll start posting things on my face. I got a vegan page for my cooking, but I ought to make a crafting page is what I ought to make. I really should. I should make a Facebook crafting page. But I belong to different groups, and I belong to a crochet and knitting group. This down here. And so I post in there every once in a while things that I'm making, so people can see what you're doing. I like to watch other people, what they're doing, seeing projects they're making, because this is very therapeutic, whether you know it or not. I like working with my hands, and it's just something I love to do. And since I've been crocheting since I was 18, I can go a little faster than some people can. Now my daughter, I taught her, I think when she was about 8 years old, I taught her how to crochet, and she took it up so fast. And she actually, I think, is better than I am. She's done quilt squares to make into quilted blankets and, and things. She even made a baby layette for a man that she follows on Twitter. His wife was expecting a baby a few years ago, and she made a little cowgirl outfit for the baby. And he actually posted it up on YouTube. We got to watch him opening up the cowgirl outfit, and it was adorable. And since then, they've had another little girl. But she did a real good job on that. It's somebody that she follows on Twitter. Well, that's I think I have to answer that. That has nothing to do with what I'm doing. That's too personal. That's too personal. I'm not going to answer that. So people in me know who I am, and I prefer not to give my private life out on here. So there I got about 7 rows done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, so 8. So you can see there, got about 8 done. So I got some moderators in here. If you see something come across the screen that it shouldn't be there, take care of it, because I may not see it right away. I'm trying to get this taken care of. I'm trying to do this. So if I miss something, then you be sure and take care of it. But I love doing stuff like this. This is, like I said, this is so much fun. It gives me it gives me a lot of joy to do this. It keeps me busy, while I may be watching YouTube videos on my iPad or something else. I'll be doing this, and if you get a rhythm of going, you can almost do it without looking. However, you got to be careful when you get to the end that you that you do the right thing on the end. You don't want to mess up. See, and this is coming along. I'm almost halfway there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think I've got 9 rows right now. So this is going to be pretty good. If I don't have a total, yeah, I do have to have 16, so I got to make sure I'll have that much. So I should have brought something in here to count them, but I think I'll be okay. I can just count them that way. Your ridges. See, and you can see that I'm just going, like I said, I'm just going in the back loop. And this is an H. Can I text also at the same time? Well, Earlene, if you've texted me when I'm doing this, I have to put it down in order to text. Because if I start texting you and I'm doing this, I'm liable to make a big mistake or say something I didn't mean to say or something because I've got my mind on this. So that's what I call multitasking. But I haven't really tried that, and I don't think I would do that too much. Is to text and do this at the same time. My daughter, here lately, she hasn't been doing a lot of crocheting. She needs to get started on it again too. She's got kids to take care of, my grandsons, and they keep her busy, and I know you are. So you can see it's coming along. See my ridges? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ridges. So I've got 10 rows done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ridges. 10 rows, because you got ridges. Here's this ridge, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ridges. So I've got 10 rows done. But if you ever want to learn how to crochet, my advice is, if you don't know how, loom knitting the same thing. If you want to learn, just go on YouTube and start watching videos on YouTube. That's where I learned how to do a lot of the loom knit stitches. Because at first, when loom knitting first came on the scene, there wasn't any YouTube videos out there on it. There were no patterns to speak of. And people were learning new loom knitting stitches. And a lot of them were kind of, I think, making up their own. Like there's an owl's eye and there's a hurdle stitch. Those are not normal stitches, but people are doing those and giving them a name. So I haven't tried those yet. To an hourglass shape? Probably because, see now here, if I just went into number 2 and chain 1 and went back, I would have, you probably missed some stitches, and don't go to the very end. You've got to catch all your stitches up at the very end. I think I know what you mean. It kind of goes cattywampus. See, mine is straight. You've got to have a straight, but you've got to make sure you go through all your stitches. It's real easy to miss them. I've had that before, especially on blankets. You'll start going straight, and then you think you've got all the stitches, and all of a sudden it starts going cattywampus. It starts going cockeyed like a snake, and I can't figure out why sometimes. But if you can block them, I think, and stretch them out, that'll help too. But you gotta make sure. If you're not too sure, why it's doing that, count your stitches each and every row. That's what I sometimes do, because I'm talking to you and I'm not missing any stitches. But sometimes on some of the intricate projects, if you have a lot of stitches, you've got to count them as you go, because it's very, very easy to miss a stitch and not pick it up and skip it and end up doing the next one over from it, and then you've got a problem. So, and I've done that before, missed a stitch, and that is not good when you do that, because it's going to show into your work, and your work isn't going to come out right. Here I can't skip stitches. I have to go all 13 of them. The very, very end one, I go into the, now I saw one woman that when she does this, she, instead of just doing the back stitch, she does both loops on the end. But this seems to be coming out real good. You can see. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 rows. So I need 3 more, and then I put it together, crochet it together. And you can watch that when I do that. Welcome to everybody coming in, and I'm just doing a pair of socks for a great-grandson that's due in November. This is a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of, when you first start out, teaching yourself, it's a lot of trial and error, let me tell you, because you don't know how your project's going to come out, and I've made a lot of mistakes. Even though I've been crocheting since I was 18 years, there's still some that I get confused and scratch my head on and think, what did I do wrong? My daughter sometimes will just start doing something, and she thought she did it right, and all of a sudden it'll come out crazy too on her. And she says, oh, it's not coming out right, and I thought I did the pattern right. But sometimes you think you do, but you got to go back and reread it because you may have missed something along the line. So you always got to count them real close. So that's what I try to do too. Now I've got 13 rows. You got to keep counting. On here I'm kind of counting it in my head to know that I've got 13 stitches. But you can see these ridges on here, and that's how you can get your cuff. If those are just coming in, if you want to see what I'm making, this is what I'm making. It's real cute. They are called, it's from Yarn Inspirations, Crochet Baby Socks. Now, they use a different yarn than I used. They used a number 4, but couldn't find that one anywhere. And since I already had this on hand, I just go ahead and use it. This is a Red Heart Super Saver yarn. It's an ombre. It's a 10-inch, or a 10 I think there's 10 ounces in the ball. And the variegated is a lot less than your solids. Solids are 14 and these are 10. But you can get quite a few projects out of one ball of yarn. I'm finding that sometimes when you crochet, you use a lot less yarn than you do when you loom knit. For some unknown reason, loom knitting takes a lot of your yarn, but this doesn't take near as much. You can get an awful lot done with this. So I think I've got 14 and 15 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, but this is my last one, and then I hook them together. That's what I thought. I had 14, so I didn't have to have my counter at all. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Really? I do go on YouTube. I didn't know there was a boy, 10 years old. Oh my goodness. I'll have to watch that. It's amazing that what they can do, Wow. 10 years old and crochets. Well, like I said, I've been crocheting since I was 18. Oh, yeah, I would be too at 10. To watch a 10-year-old, oh man. Like I said, I've been crocheting since I was 18. And I taught my daughter, I think she was 8 years old when she learned how to crochet. And she picked it up real fast. She wanted to learn, so I taught her, and I'm glad that she picked it up and learned how to do it because it's a lot of fun. I'm going to chain one, even though I'm going to now. What I'm going to do, I've got my 15 rows. Now I'm going to take and bring this up. I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to put these, and I'm going to this is going to get weaved in at the very end, and this is going to become a tube, as you can see. I'm going to take just the back one from here, and I'm going to catch the bottom. There's just one at the bottom anyway. So I'll do the back one, and you got to go across, and you got to catch every one of these up. And I'll catch that right by the knot, so make it so I don't have a gap there. And you got to do every one of these. It's easy enough to make a mistake, so you got to be very, very careful. You just follow it through and pick up all your. What I'm doing is I'm single crocheting this together. That's what they call for, and to me it looks a lot better than whip stitching it or slip stitching it, because slip stitching you get a different effect altogether. So I'm just single crocheting. If you're not single crochet, and just single crochet this together, and then you have your tube, and then I start working down here and start making the sock as I go, and you'll see it'll start. It doesn't look like anything right now, but as you go along, then you can see it's starting to take shape. So you'll be able to watch it and how it takes shape. I'm always impressed too when I start doing something. I like to watch how I start out with nothing, just a ball of yarn, and what you can create with a ball of yarn. You just take your ball of yarn and you just start making things. I wasn't sure when I first started doing this that I was going to be able to follow a pattern, but you know something? Following a pattern is very easy to do. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Some people don't know how to read patterns. People have asked me, well, how do you read a pattern? Because what they have is abbreviations in your patterns. They don't have it where they spell it out. Like SC is single crochet. Oh, thank you for the super hearts. DC is double crochet. You got different, and you got ST for slip stitch. They'll just give you the abbreviations, and people don't understand those abbreviations. But then they tell you at the very beginning exactly what those abbreviations mean. It's a lot simpler for them to do it that way than to write it all out. So they more or less just tell you, or just put it and abbreviate it, and you just follow. Just look at the abbreviations, and you know what you're doing. So right now, those are just coming in. What I'm doing is I'm slip stitching this together, so I can make a tube out of it and go down along this side here and start. And you'll see the socks starting to form. It doesn't look like anything right now, but it's going to start forming. I want to make sure I didn't go in the same stitch again. Sometimes it's real easy to make that mistake and see if you go in the same stitch. No, I didn't. Okay. I thought I was doing it right, but sometimes it's really hard to tell. Sometimes you got to make sure you got the right amount of stitches left at the end. So, thank you everybody for coming in, and thank you for taking the time to watch me do this. I know it's boring for some people, and I won't get a lot of followers in here that I normally get on my cooking scopes, and that's just fine because they don't understand anything about crocheting and stuff like that, and they won't come in here, and I don't expect them to. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be in here either. But I happen to love this kind of stuff, and I've got one periscoper, and I don't go into her periscopes, and I probably should. She makes soap. She has she makes soap in soap class. I probably should go in there and watch that because she makes bars of soap. But there you go. There I've got my tube. See, I've got my tube, and it's all together. And you can see this is the cuff. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here's the socks that I'm making. When this gets done, then you'll be able to roll this cuff down like this and form a cuff. But right now, oh, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Right now, I'm going to go on to I'm going to do the leg now, and okay. Now I'm going to work on where I'm going to use my so I just do one row. I'm going to do the first stitch, and then I'm going to put my stitch marker in there so I know that I've come to the end of my round, because this I'm just doing rounds, and I'm not turning it or anything like that. And I'm going to put this stitch marker in here and close it up. It looks like a viper, and just let me know this is where my round started. So when I get up to it, I know I don't go any further, because it'd be real easy to keep going round and round and round, and you can't do that. So a stitch marker is a value to do that to use your stitch marker when you do this. So I'm making a pair of socks for a great grandson that's due in November. Really, really happy. I'm having a great grandchild. Although I didn't think I'd get one this soon, but it is what it is. I'm hoping and praying that he's going to be a healthy, happy baby. So, it'll be the first one for my grandson. I think he's looking forward to it too. I don't think he expected to get one so soon either, but it's happening anyway. He's getting one sooner than probably he would have liked. But you know what they say: you play with fire, you get burned. So that's all I'm going to say about that one anyway. So, But I did that. I'm trying to start this. This is the leg portion, and it's real hard to figure out where the rows are on here. But I'm doing the best I can. It's like I have to have 16, and I'm gonna count these when I get done here to make sure I've got 16. Okay, you take care and have a great night at work or day, whatever you're on. Because I know we get them from all over. We get them from different time zones in here. So let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, I got 16. Okay. I didn't even count them, but I got 16. That's what you're supposed to have. Okay, now I'm gonna do round 2, and then I'm gonna use my stitch marker again. Take it off, and then I'm gonna put it back on. I'm gonna do the first stitch or so, and then I'm gonna put my stitch marker back in so I don't go too far. Because it's very simple to take it too far, and you keep going round. Like I said, going round and round. Because I'm not doing any slip stitching, or I'm not doing chain ones in here. It's just round and round without any chain. And those are the hardest to do when you don't have chain stitching. I made a lot of things like that where you don't have any chain stitches, and boy, you've got to use this. Got to have a stitch marker to make sure you mark it, so you don't lose your place and keep going round and round and round. Boy, thank goodness I didn't fall off the table. Well, you'd been on the floor. Anyway, I'm going on here, and I'm going on all these stitches that I've got here. I've got 16 of it, and this is going to be for the leg. And I'm going down here, and I'm going to go get these all done here, and then I'm going to start the heel of the sock, and you'll be able to watch that. It's kind of interesting how it's done because the heel of the sock is just done straight. Just do it in rows. You're doing that in rows, but you'll watch what I'm doing. It's going to be it'll look confusing to you when I do it. But it's not really confusing because I'm going to skip some stitches or leave some stitches go on the ends. But then the next round or so, or 2 rounds, I'm going to pick them up. And you'll see how I do that. I pick them up from the previous rows below. It sounds confusing, but it's not really. You just have to know a little bit about how to crochet. It was a lot of fun learning when I first started learning. I picked up some, like I said, some instructional books because I wanted to know exactly how to do the stitches. So I started with a single crochet at first, mastered that. Then I went to the double crochet. Now there's treble crochet. There's half double crochet. There's a lot of stitches out there. And I practically know them all. If there's any new ones that come out there lately, I wouldn't know those. But okay, there you can see I've got 2 rows of this done. Now I'm going to start doing the heel. The heel is worked back and forth and right into the rows. And the first row you work is a right side row. And I'm working on the right side. Okay, and I'm going to take my stitch marker again. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to single crochet in the first 3 stitches. And then I'm going to put my stitch marker back because I want to make sure I get it in the right place. 1, 2, 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stitch marker to the beginning of those first 3 that I did. Count back 3 and put it right in here because that's where my row begins. So when I get to the end of the row, I'll know that I've done all that I need to do, and it'll come out perfect. It's not comes down enough stitches when you do that. Because without my stitch marker, like I said, I'm going to get mixed up and I won't do it right. Now I'm going to do 3 stitches and then leave the remaining stitches unworked. I keep forgetting. I don't really have to put that in here because those have to remain unworked. Okay, I'll go on down. Then I'm gonna. Where I dropped it to now. Okay. Anyway, now I'm gonna go on down. Oh, where did it fall to? It must have fallen. Not it fell. I'll have to go get me another one if I can't find it. Thought it was on here, but anyway, I can use something else for it, I suppose. Anyway, I'm gonna start. Next one I'm going to do. I'm now chain 1 turn, a 2 to 5, and single crochet in the next 6. So I've done 3, but then I'm going to add 3 more on back this way. So I'm going to do 1, 2. There's my 3 I did. Now I'm going to add 3 more. 4, 5, and 6. I'm trying to look for my stitch marker. I don't know where it went to. It fell on the floor, and now I don't know where it's at. Okay, I want to make sure I got 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, better get that one. That didn't come out too good. Sometimes the yarn wants to unravel. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for being in Periscope for the very first time. 4. I didn't do 6. 4, 5, 6. I'll just go get me another stitch marker. If I can't find that one, Oh, here it is. It's stuck on my ball of yarn. It was. It's in here somewhere. I'll pick it up now. I'll find it. Probably went into inside. Oh, here it is. There it is, stuck on my yarn. There it is. I knew I'd find it. I'm going to put it on the table so I don't lose it. Get this off here. Oh, there we go. Put it over there. Okay, there we go. Now, I've got 6. That's the first row 2. Now this is row 3. 1, 2, 3. And you always got to make sure when you get to your end of your row that you chain, whether it's 1, usually single crochet is just 1. Double crochets is sometimes 2 or 3. You got to chain your 1 because that brings it up to the next row. You got to make sure that you chain. Okay, that's 3. This is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know this doesn't look like anything yet, but this is the heel part. If you can tell, it is the heel part. Oh, you really want to learn? You know, it's not hard. Get yourself, you can go on YouTube videos and we'll learn. Get yourself some books. You can find yourself a learn how to crochet kit, like at Walmart, and they'll have everything in there, instructions. I'll have crochet hooks in there, and they'll even have instructions how to get started. Because you can make an awful lot. I love crocheting. It is so much fun. It goes pretty fast. The last few times I've been doing these, I've been doing loom knitting, but I decided to do crochet since I'm crocheting for my great-grandson that's coming in November. I'll put this on the floor again so I don't turn around and knock my tripod off. And I'll put my thing back there so I don't lose that. Okay, now, I've got 2 to 5. Now, wrong side on the 6, chain 1, turn, single crochet, next 5. Now, this is where I'm going to... I'm going to do 5. I'm going to leave this one here, go. Now watch. You'll watch when I'll pick it up too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to go and chain 1. Leave this and go because I'm going to pick this up when I get back there. Okay. Now the next one I single next 4. Okay. Now I'm going to do this 4. 1, 2, and I'm going to pick this up the next row. You'll find me start picking these ones up that I've left. 4. All right. Now, see that looks kind of funny, but I'll get them picked up. So let me see. Now that I do 4 to single, and then I pick up the one on the next row. Okay. Now watch. I'm gonna do 4. 1. Whoops. Catch this right. Now I'll let you see how you can see this in here. I'm gonna pick this one up right here. And you'll watch me do that. I know it seems confusing to people that don't know how to do it, but it's not confusing to me because I've done this kind of stuff before. Because on socks, this is what they call the gusset. You know, you got you're going in there and it's sort of part of the heel, but then you'll have the gusset after that. Now I'm gonna do this one here, and now I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna pick up this one here. I'm gonna go down and crochet on that one. See, and I got that all picked up. You got that one. Now I'm going to go back and do the same thing here and pick this one up. I'm going to do the 5 and then pick that one up. 1, 2, 3. I know, does it look confusing because I'm trying to show you how I'm doing this. I know it's kind of hard to watch somebody on camera, but I thought this would be the best way to do it because you can't see me do it with it on my lap because you can't see anything. Thought this would be better. And this is the tripod I use for my cooking scopes. I just brought it in here and set it up on my table. Okay, there we go. Now I caught that one up too. Caught both of those up. Now, okay, and now I'm going to proceed in rounds. Now I'm not going to turn my work. Now I'm going to work 4 single crochets evenly along the heel. This is what I've got to do. So I'm going to find 4, just do 4 stitches and do them evenly. I'm going to do right here until you get down to here. 1, and I'll skip. I'll just do this one here. 2, and I'll do this one here. It doesn't really, but you got to do 4, 3, and then do 4. Catch that one up here, and then I got 4 on the heel. So you can see it's starting to take shape right now. Kind of fluffy. It's a heel flap is what it is. It's eventually going to the whole thing's going to be around and it's going to look different. Now I'm going to go ahead And I'm going to do, now I got to put, okay, I've done the first 4. Then I have to put my stitch marker. I just did 4 of them, and now I'm going to have to put my stitch marker where the first 4 are, right here. So was the first one of the 4 I just did. This is where my beginning, my next round is. So then when I get to the when I finish this round, I should finish here. So I should have enough stitches on there to finish on that stitch right there. That's why stitch markers are so handy to have. If you don't have stitch markers, you're lost, because they really are, they keep the confusion away. Okay, now single crochet in the next 10. Now I got to do 10. So I've got 10 along here that I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10. Now I'm going to do, then you got to do 4 up the other side. Welcome to those that are coming in. Now I'm going to do 4 up this side. So I'll do here. I'll do this one. That's 1. And I'll do 2. Then 3. I'll skip that one. Go 3, 3, and then do this one up here and make it number 4. See, I got that all along there. See how that looks? And then when I come up, I should have enough left to come up to this and not touch that. Or I mean, finish up without it getting on there. And I should do okay, and then single crochet in the last 6 stitches. So I should only have 6, which I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which brings me to the one I started for the next round. So I know I've done it right. That's why it's whole important that you count every time you do a round. You count it to make sure, and double count it. Sometimes you have to count it a couple times to make sure that you didn't make a mistake. Because if you don't, your count is off at all. It's going to throw your whole thing off, and you'd have to frog it and start over. Basically what frogging means is you take the whole thing out and you start over. And I don't want to have to do that, because this is coming out perfect so far. See there. Now I'm up to, thank you. Thank you. See, now you can see that it's beginning to take shape. And, oh, good. I hope you're learning something from this, because I'm here to try to help you. Okay, now I'm going to take my stitch marker out again. Hi, good to see you, Alexis. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for, I'm not doing a cooking scope today. Oh, hi, Zay. Good, how you being a good boy? Oh, I love that little boy. He's so cute. Now I'm going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my, we'll do 3 stitches, and then I'm going to put my marker right back in the first stitch of those 3 that I just did. So I know that that's where I started my round. And I close it so it doesn't fall off. Oh, thank you. It's a different scope, Alexis. I like to show how to crochet. Well, this is what I'm doing, Alexis, because I have a great-grandson due in November, and I'm making him some socks. I already made him a hat. This is his hat. It's a little beanie, but it was simple to make. It was all double crochet. You can't see the hole at the top because it's all closed in. I use a magic circle. And the yarn I'm using, I'll bring it up here. It's a multicolored yarn. It's a variegated yarn. It's from Red Heart, and it's called Ombre. Thank you, thank you. I love crocheting because it's a simple project. It keeps my hands busy, and I enjoy doing it. Now this is where, good. Now this is where people get confused. When it says SC 2 together, what it means, you're single crocheting 2 together. And I'll show you how you do that. I'll try to get as close as I can. What I'm doing is I'm putting my hook in there like that. I'm yarning over. But instead of taking and yarning over again, I'm leaving this one on the hook, coming under the next one, hooking it up, yarning over, pulling it up. Now I draw through all 3, and that's where I single crochet 2 together. That's how you do that. you go to the last step. You have one step left in each of one of your, like single crochet, double crochet, you know. Double crochet's got two steps, but single crochet's only got one. But double crochet, you leave one on the hook, and when you get done, you've got three on that one too. So it's basically, you just follow it. It's real simple. And there's patterns out there on YouTube if you want to learn. Okay, now I'm going to single crochet in next 8. I'm going to single crochet in the next 8, and then I'm going to single crochet 2 together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to single crochet 2 together, and then I do my last ones of this round. So I finished up there. So I'm going back, like I said, you go like this. You got 2 on your hook, and instead of going and yarning over and taking this off like you normally do on number 2, I go under the next stitch, which is right here, draw up a loop, and now I do all 3 together, and that makes single crochet 2 together. Now I'm going to do the final. I think there's 8 final. No, there's 9. Yeah, 9. Okay, there's 1. Okay. I might have read. I mean, the next row is probably 8. Anyway, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. 5. I know this is interesting for some people. 6. I know my daughter loves crafting, and I do crafting most of the time. 7, except when I'm taking time out to try to organize or whatever, or clean. And that was 8, and this is 9. So I got that one done. So there you can see it's starting to finally take shape. Now I'm going to single crochet in 3 stitches, and then single crochet in 2, and single crochet in 6, and then single crochet in 9 again. So now let's see. I'll make sure I got that right. Okay, one row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not on the wrong row. I don't want to get myself mixed up. Okay, I think I'm on row 3. Yeah, because this is what I went and did. Okay, single crochet in row 3, single crochet. Now the next 3 stitches. Now you can see it came right up to it, right next to it. Now I'm going to take this out again, put it there, and go the next 3 stitches, and then I'll put my marker right back in where on the first of the 3 that I just did, because you've got to make sure that you put it in the right spot, otherwise you're going to have your count off. Okay, and then I do 3, and then I think I do single crochet 2 together. Yeah, single crochet 2 together. And you do this twice on every round. This is what they call decreasing. This is how you decrease. And to increase, you put 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Like 2 single crochets in a stitch, 2 double crochets, whatever you might be doing. That's how you increase. But I'm decreasing, so I'm taking 2 of them together, and I'm okay. Next 6 stitches. So I'm decreasing because that gives you the shape that you're going to have, that it's going to finally come into. Otherwise, if you kept increasing, it would get ginormous. So you want to shape it. 3, 4, 5, and you can tell what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the gusset part. This is around the heel. This is the gusset, because this is the cuff. This is the leg part here. Now you got the heel, because they are small babies after all, and they don't have very much on their to go on their leg anyway. So now I'm going to single crochet 2 together again, and then I'm going to do the last 9, and that finishes this round up, and I'll have it done. Make sure I do the right one. Okay, there we go. Because it's real easy to put your hook in the stitch you just did, and then you mess it up if you do that. Make sure I didn't. No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There. Now see, I ended up, how my round ended up exactly where I was supposed to end up. right next to this. That lets me know I completed that round. Now I'm ready to do the next round. That's why these stitch markers. Don't be afraid to use stitch markers. If you're crocheting at all, use stitch markers because that keeps your count going, and you won't make mistakes that way. Because if you don't use a stitch marker, you're gonna get your count off. You're gonna keep going round and round, and you'll say, where did I start this thing at? And that this way you know. Now I'm only doing single crocheting 2, and then I'm going to put the stitch marker into the first of the 2. 1, 2. Right here's the other one. First one I did. And then I'm going to single crochet 2 together. Again, you always do single crochet. There's a couple single crochet 2 together on every round. You got to do this. Like I said, it's more decreasing again. It's taking, because you got to end up with before I get this done, or when I go to get this done and to do the toe, I've only got 4 stitches left. I know that sounds kind of odd, but that's all that I'll have left. Okay, let me make sure I do this. I gotta do 6. Okay, I want to make sure I do the enough count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you everybody for coming in and welcome. 5. This isn't a cooking scope like normal. I want to do all these scopes. I'm going to start doing more of these because people enjoy watching these. And that's 6. Now I'm going to single crochet 2 together again. I know Erlene's probably used to do this, and she says she doesn't have the time or the patience to do this. Some people don't. If you don't have any patience to do this, then you probably aren't going to succeed. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of know-how to know how to do this. Now I'm going to do the last 9 or 8. I think there's 9 or 8 left. 1, 2. They're outside. I'd open the door up for them so they're barking outside. 4, 5. Okay, there's 8. 6, 7. So Sydney was in here with me. Oh, she's going out. Go out, Sydney. Go on. Go out and find them. They're outside. Go on. You're fine. They're outside. So I got that row done. So now I'm going to get me some water first so I can drink some water. How is everybody doing? What's your weather like today? Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 50 degrees. Happy Wednesday.
See, isn't that awesome? 69 degrees. So we're not real hot right now. So it's awesome. Okay, now, I got one more row to go on here, and then I'm going to be doing the foot part. So I only do 1 stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch marker back in. Oh, is it hot there? I'm glad that we've cooled down. We've got more hot weather coming next week. But this week it's going to be on the cool side. Almost 90. Oh, 83, 82. Yeah, we got in the 80s earlier. By Friday it started cooling down. And by Sabbath it was cool. And Sunday when I went to the graduation, it was very cool. I had to wear some long sleeves. So it was nice and cool then. I don't like the heat. You have a heat index of 105. Whoa! You can keep it too. I don't do well in that at all. I don't do it at all. Okay, now I'm going to do... Okay, now I've got a single crochet. Okay, now I've got single crochet 2 together. I almost forgot that. I was going to do the 6 and I haven't done this 2 together yet. Got to do single crochet 2 together. Now I'm going to do the 6, and then I'm going to do 2 together again. 1, 2, 3. I don't do good in the heat at all. 3. I just don't. 4. Oh. I know Georgia can get mighty hot. I know where Alexis is at. It gets darn stormy and balmy. They've had a lot of rain lately, too. I've noticed that. I mean, it just pours down. It's like a monsoon. We usually don't get that kind of rain here. I'm not saying it can't, but it usually doesn't. Now I'll make sure I've got 7. There's 7 left. So if I've done this properly, I should only end up with 7. 1, 2, 3. And that's why I'm counting to make sure I get them counted. 4. Yes, I have 7. This is coming right up to the marker. 5. 6. See, I'm coming right up to next to the marker, which makes me roll my round's done. See, there's my marker. And it, oh, she lives about 3 hours. Yeah, she lives in the southeast part of Georgia, and it's always so hot there. My goodness. Now I'm going to single crochet in each stitch around, and I can put my stitch marker in when I start, just to let me know that I've finished that round, because I don't want to go too far, because this is almost done now. I'm working on the foot, so I just do one row, I think, of this. Yeah, just round one, because then I start decreasing again. So, repeat round one until it has to. I didn't bring my measuring tape in here, but it has to from the heel. I'll have to go get measuring tape in the process, because it lets me know I don't want to get it too long. Welcome to everybody that's coming in here. Hi, Darlinda. Good to see you. Welcome. I'm just doing. I'm going to take my. Don't really need this in here now. I'll take this out. Because I'm just going round and round and round. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm doing a pair of baby socks for a great grandson that's due in November, which makes my first great grandchild and my daughter's first grandson. She's kind of happy about it, but in a way not, because we didn't expect it to happen yet. But we can't really do anything about it. So I'm hoping that everything works out with her, and because she has a lot of health problems. And she suffers from PTSD and things like that, and she's bipolar. So I'm just hoping her pregnancy goes okay. So we can only hope. I think she's a little worried. She as a new mom, she doesn't know what to expect. So she doesn't know how hard it's really going to be. But she'll find out in time. She's 21 weeks. Yeah, and she's 21 weeks in about 4 or 5 days. My daughter could tell you, she's in here, so something like that. She's coming along pretty well, but she's still got enough to go yet. I mean, she's over halfway there, but she's got about 19 weeks to go or so, and that seems like an awful long time. It's going to get miserable. She's going to want that baby out pretty soon, But it is what it is. You can't rush Mother Nature. Yeah, she can do it. I know she can do it. He'll be there to help her, She isn't going to allow anybody into the delivery room, though, or even 24 hours later. So my daughter won't be able to go see the baby. So the first time she'll see him will be at Christmas. She won't be able to see him after he's born, because she's not going to let her in there. Nobody in there but him. So she can't really go there to see him, and she can't really afford to anyway. So we wish the best for for her and the baby. It's I didn't expect to be a great grandmother yet. Let me tell you, I didn't know if I was ever going to be, but it's coming in November, and that's why And those that just came in here, this is the baby hat I made for him out of this yarn I'm doing. It's all double crochet, except this last row is a single crochet. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And you can see there's no hole, because I did a magic circle and I closed it all in, so you don't see no hole there at all. And I'm not going to put a pom-pom on top. I'm just going to leave it, because the magic circle, if you've never done the magic circle, that is an awesome thing to do, because the magic circle really keeps you from having a hole in it. It gets that hole out, and I don't like leaving holes in anything. So, in a little bit, I'm going to have to go get my measuring tape, and I'm going to have to measure this, because I don't want to get this too long. Right now, I'm working on. Hi, Jonathan. Good to see you. I'm working on the foot of the sock, and I got to make it 3 1/4 inches from the back of the heel. So I'll take it from the back of the heel to the top. So to go from there to here. And I'll get it 3 1/4. I could probably bring my other sock in here to measure. Oh, thank you for super hearts, Erlene. You guys are awesome. In fact, I think I could go get instead of getting my measuring tape, I'll go get my sock, and I'll use that as a template. Let me go get the socks I've done. I'll show you but toes don't look good, so don't pay attention to those, but I'll go get them, and I'll use that. And you can talk amongst yourself until I go get it. That way I can follow it and see how far I have to stop. Now, this is what it looks like. The toe isn't perfect because I didn't get the toe done but this is what it looks like when it's completed. That, you can tell that's a baby sock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the cuff up and I'm going to measure it I've got a little ways to go yet. It isn't quite long enough yet. So I just kind of hold this up there and use this as a template. And I kind of follow that. I could get my measuring tape, which I probably do a better job of measuring with my measuring tape. I'll go get that real quick. But I want you to see what this sock looks like. So you can put the cuff up or cuff down. If you want to see like that. Let me go get my measuring tape and I can measure it better. Find it. Huh. Oh, I can't find it. Maybe I thought I brought it in here with me. Oh, yes, I did. Here it goes running in the other room, and if it was a snake, it would have bit me. It was laying right on the bed. Oh, boy. Okay. This is one of those real long measuring tapes. Okay, I'm going to measure the back of the heel. So, just leave this on here. Because you got it. Oh, I better turn it around the right way. It's not there almost. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for the super hearts. Those that gave me super hearts. Amber did and Erlene did. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. I'm just going round and round and round on this. I'm just about ready to take it and I think I'm going to finish this up. Just do a little bit more, and then I'm going to go back and finish up the toe part. And then I'm going to try to sew that get together better. Then I'm supposed to weave it. And then you'll be able to see then you'll be able to watch me doing the whole sock. I'm not going to do the other one, but you'll be able to see how I've done a sock on here. They're very simple to do. Measure it now. Okay. Measure it again to make sure. Do back of the heel. I'm gonna get it right here. About 3 inches, about another 1/4 inch to go or so. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and for being here. As you can see, isn't that cute? You could tell it's a sock now. See, you can see how the heel's formed now. See, you can see that. Isn't that cute? So it'll fit the baby's heel. You just don't want it too big because the baby's feet are very tiny. I mean, when they're first born, their feet are so small. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. It's very easy to do, Alexis. I've been crocheting since I was 18 years old. And it's really fun to do. I taught myself how to crochet because I was living with my dad at the time. I moved out of away from my aunt because her and I weren't getting along. And I graduated from high school, so Dad needed somebody there for him to cook for him and everything. So I went to live with him. And I decided I wanted to learn how to do some crafts. I wanted to learn how to be constructive because they say to do things that are constructive. Well, this is very constructive. So I decided to start doing crocheting and stuff. I also taught myself how to needle knit. Now, that is a hard thing to learn, needle knitting. Oh, my goodness, very, very difficult. But I managed it, and I made it through it. But, boy, I'll tell you, I don't care for needle knitting all that much. I would much rather do loom knitting like I've showed you or do crocheting because needle knitting, I mean, what gets me is when I start losing my stitches. They come off the hook and then I'm trying to figure out where they went to. I mean, it's terrible. That's about 3 1/4 right there. It's about right. Okay, now I'm pretty much got it where I need it to be. I'll take this and put that there so I don't lose it. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And there's pictures of different ones that she had made. What am I doing? I'm making a sock. I'm making this particular one. The lady made several different socks, baby socks. I've got a great-grandson due in November, and I'm making him some baby socks. I already made him a hat. This is his hat out of the same yarn, double crochet hat. And I'm showing this is a hat. This is a sock completed, although I'm not giving them this one because the toe is not that great. I need to do the toe a little bit better. I've got plenty of this yarn, and I thought I just might as well start doing it different. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to single crochet in 2 stitches, and then I'm going to have to use my thing again. Okay. Now I'm going to do 2 stitches, and then I'm going to do 2 together again. 1, 2. Now I'm going to put it in the very first one that I just did. And then I'm going to do single crochet 2 together. I think there's only 2 rounds of this to do this. You end up with 4 stitches left, and that's the hard part. 1. Oh, whoops! I pushed 2 together. I made that. I caught myself. Oh, I didn't even see what he did, Alexis. That's okay. I didn't see. Yeah, the kids like to play on the computer, don't they? I didn't even see what he typed. But if I'd have seen it, I would have figured it was him, Alexis. That's okay. So I'm going to. So I have to do single and crochet in 2 stitches, and then I single crochet 2 together. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm going to single crochet 2 together, like that. Oh, boy, I lost everybody. I don't know where everybody went. Whoosh. I had a bunch in here and everybody left. I think my daughter must have gone to eat or something. So, because I had over 20 in here when I first started. Well, oh well, that's all right. I can't compete with Alexis. She seems to get 500-600 in her scopes every day, and I just can't seem to manage it too much. But you know, it is what it is. So there. Now, I got that row done. Now, take that out. Now, single crochet in next stitch and single crochet 2 together. Repeat from around, and there's supposed to be 8 stitches. Okay. And I'll put this in here just to make sure that I don't go too far. So I keep it from, or I'll go round and round and forget to stop, and then I won't get it done. I'll make it too long. Okay, single crochet in next stitch. Single crochet 2 together, and then repeat from. Okay, now I just do single crochet 2 together, and then I do 1, and then 2 together. So that's where we get the 4 stitches left. Okay, single 1, now 2 together. Now 1. Welcome to everybody. Thank you everybody thank you for being here, and I know I'm probably boring you, but I like doing this stuff. I like showing what I can do when I make projects. Because I feel good that I'm able to do something and make something out of nothing. You take a ball of yarn, which is considered an inanimate object, and you're making something out of it. Now, isn't that something? I mean, what, you know, have you ever done that before? Taken a ball of yarn and made anything out of it? I mean, oh, okay, now I'm going to single crochet, now I'm going to single crochet 2 together all the way around. And that's going to leave me with 4 stitches, because I said, well, I've got too many right now. So now I'm going to do the single crochet all the way around, and that's going to leave me with 4, because I've got 8 right now. And that's where the hard part comes in. You can see this real tiny, it's real soft, real hard, and that's going to be hard to close this up, but I'm going to try the best I can and make it look better. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. And then, all right, I think I got to make sure don't have too many here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I should have used my, I think, yeah, 2 together. Here we go. And that'll be end. You're supposed to have 4. I think I got 4 left. Okay. Yep, I got 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut this. Cut it. They say 5 inches. I don't know why you need that much, but I'm gonna cut it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just pull this through here so that stitch doesn't come off the thing. And I'm going to take my yarn darner. This is what I use. And then you would see this will be a sock when I get done with it. And I'll just fold the cuff down. As you can see, this is the toe that I'm trying to close up. And I'll have one sock done. See, it didn't take too awful long to make this sock. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of whip stitch this to kind of together. Kind of whip stitch it shut. I can see why they want you to have long end on it so that you can go through all your stitches. Now that's a little bit better. That came out much better. The toe's much better. So what I'm going to have to do is weave this in somehow now. Just go down and just weave it in, so it won't come out there. And I'll just put it through some stitches and then just pull it. It won't come out. And then I'm going to take this and weave this. I'll just take my crochet hook and kind of weave this in different places. Oh, hi girls. Got my dogs coming in to see me. Coming to see me, are you? So you kind of weave your ends in. I do the best I can. They're not perfect, but you want to get this so that it's weaved in and you can't see these ends. So I'm just kind of you know, you don't have to be fancy with it or anything like that. Just find some place to go with it and just kind of weave it back in there, and just to get it out of the way. I'll take my scissors. Okay, there's the sock. What do you think? Isn't that cute? Would you want to learn how to make a sock like this? And then I'll pull the cuff down and I'll show you. There it is. Isn't that cute? There's how you make a baby sock. It come out perfect. The toe came out a lot better than I anticipated, and it came out perfect. Now that fits a little baby. See, just enough to get his foot in there. You know, isn't that cute? What do you think of that? Very simple to make. It looks just like the picture, and I can show you the picture again. Of course, the picture has got girls on there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was simple to make. I'm just going to make one on screen so you can see it, because I got to make the other one off screen. But I wanted to show you that you can make, and this is the hat that goes with it. It's the same yarn, although the color is not coming out the same. This color, it changes. This is the type of yarn that the color changes. It's got quite a bit of, you know, it just depends on how the yarn goes. I've used this before and started a sweater. Had to take it out because it wasn't coming out. Oh, thank you for muting him. I think he probably was crazy or something. But anyway, I like the way this came out. It came out really cute. It came out a lot better than I anticipated it would. It came out, actually the toe came out a lot better. Taking time to do it right, and it lays flat. And see, it came out real good. And there's a hat, the hat, and one sock. I got another. Oh, thank you. I'm going to start doing more of these scopes so people like these kind of scopes, because it's interesting for them to learn to make projects. Because here I am taking a ball of yarn and making from nothing, making something from nothing. Because this is just a ball of yarn. It doesn't, by itself, it doesn't do anything. But you pick it up, use a crochet hook or whatever, you make something. I'm going to go and I'm going to get my rotating loom, and I'm going to show you the shawl that I'm making on it, because I am loom knitting a shawl. But I stopped on it so I could get this baby stuff made. Now let me go get that and I'll show it to you. I didn't want to bring it in here right away, so I'll go get it. Just talk amongst yourself and I'll be right back. All right, everybody's seen my rotating loom before. I think you have, where it rotates on this base. I can't really, but this is the shawl I've got on. It's I have to kind of double it up. But this is the colors. This is towards the end of the ball. But look at the colors it's got in it. Very pretty colors. It's an ombre like, and it's like it's self-striping. It gets to a certain point, and this is the rib stitch pattern, and you can see it's coming out really nice. And this is a double knit, but it's a flat panel because I've got it to the point where you can see I don't have it hooked together. See, it's coming out. You want it as a shawl. So I don't take and connect it from this one to this one over here. I don't connect those two together. You got to make it it's a double knit but a flat panel. So it's coming out absolutely pretty, I think. It's coming out better than I thought it would. I found this on Ravelry. I believe it was Ravelry. And no, I take that back. It was on the KB website, the knitting board site, because that's what this is as a knitting board loom. And that's where I found it. It was called a Moonstone. Now, what they used was a Cairn Cakes, a huge ball, about 10 half-ounce ball. Took two of them. Well, I didn't have that, so I thought I'll use what I've got. And what I have is a pretty color. Like I said, I'm down to the end of this ball, and then I'll start the other one. So I bought another ball of it, so I'd be sure I have enough. But this is going to be a real long shawl. It's called a Moonstone shawl. But since I don't have the colors, I don't know what I'm going to call it. But that's basically what I'm doing right now on here is the shawl. And I'm going to keep this on here till I get it done. I'm determined I'm going to get it done. I don't know how many rows of this. I got over 60 rows. There's supposed to be 264 of this shawl made. I think I've got over 60 made. I'm 60 rows done, so I've got a long ways to go on this. And the reason this is here is so I can take and finish this end when I get it done. This keeps the stitches in place. Otherwise, they would pull out. So I've got one on each end. It's an anchor yarn. So this will come out as soon as I get this bottom yarn. I just take my crochet hook and I make chain stitches all along here and fasten that off because you don't want to leave these like this because it'll come unraveled. So that's why that's there. But you see, it's got look at the colors throughout. See how it's striping? See, it's self-striping and it's just coming out real pretty. Look how it's coming out. I mean, they go so far, and then it changes to another color. See how it's done that? It's changed. Look at that. You got blue, a dark blue, a lighter blue, and then another light blue, and you got a green in there, and so forth and so on. It's called Mantra. I think is what the color is called. I'd never heard of that color before, but this is what I'm doing on the rotating loom. I just wanted to let you see some projects that I'm doing, and. Once I get this done, then I can show this to you too on Scope when I get it done, or I can work with it one day and show you how I'm doing it on because I don't have my thing in here now. I'll save that for another day. But I think I'm going to go for now. And thank you for the super hearts. You guys are awesome. You really are. I thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, this is a shawl. But I came in here, and those that just came in. I wanted to show you, this is the baby hat I'm making for my great-grandson that's due in November, and I just made a sock here on the Periscope. This is one of the socks. I'm going to make another one when I get off camera. I think it's from the same yarn, but the color just didn't come out like this one did, because it's a different part of the yarn spool. But anyway, this is a sock, and I'm going to make another one when I get off of here. And they came out so good, I think. Really came out perfect. I'm really liking this. I really am, because it came out so good. A lot better than I thought it was going to. The toe came out much better. I took a little bit more time with it, and it's flat, and it looks real good. And of course, you can have that down, or you can have it up, however she wants to use it for the baby. Either way. So it's this is the cuff part, and you can roll it down or keep it up. So I think that's awesome. Very simple sock to make. Very easy. So I think I'm going to go for now. But I hope you all have a blessed night. Take care. God bless it. Until we meet again, I love you all. You have a great and marvelous night. And I hope to see you again maybe tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but have a blessed night. Take care. God bless. And I love each and every one of you. And thank you all for being in here and sharing this out and inviting followers. I do appreciate it. So with that being said, God bless. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.